Get that soda action. What up, everybody? For your next installment of Craig's Sconor.
Conte in there. New York City.
We got that dip. It's a fresh salsa. Well, it was fresh at one point. At one point, it did grow from a vine. Just like all of us. We are fresh little vine growing. I like chunky. I like extra spicy sometimes. But, you know, that's just another label. That I'm a spicy individual. Are you a spicy individual? Whatever you want to call yourself, whatever feels right for you, then do it. Then do it. You know, so many times people kind of put labels on us or try to judge the way that we dress or the way that we act. And from an outside point of view, you know, I can get it. I get it. Sometimes I look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, what the fuck is going on there? But it makes me feel good regardless. So then I take those steps outside and I feel even better. Welcome myself to the world every damn day. You know, are you doing the same? I'm not saying that I appreciate myself every day or that I even think about that every day, but it's in the confidence of being able to express yourself without actually trying, maybe. Just knowing, being able to live in the moment, being able to live in that expression is a very fun and very beautiful thing, and some people get lost. And it's sad. It can be sad to see people kind of walking through life, I'm not saying without a purpose, but without having that passion within that you can see. They have that burning within inside, but they don't want to stoke the flames. They want to hold it inside because they're afraid of that outside perception that's going to come falling down on them. They don't know if they can take it. When you can. You're able to take anything that's thrown at you because we are strong individuals. We're able to push through. We're able to progress our lives through the most, the coldest winters. Through the toughest times, that when people have left us, when there's no one else except for us, we're able to pursue that happiness that we want inside of us. And so don't let labels hold you down. Don't let people hold you down. Don't let your thought process hold you down. I mean, that's the one we got to pay attention to the most because it's there 24/7 with us. And let's be real, it's hard to turn it off. I mean, some individuals are able to do that through meditation or just through that thought process in their mind, be able to. But you got to be able to push back against your own self. You got to be able to say, no, I'm actually going to get up and I'm going to go work through this pain. No, I'm going to go up and I'm going to go experience that love. Whatever it is that you're telling yourself no. I mean, obviously there's going to be situations where maybe we shouldn't go and follow what our mind is saying. I know I try to see what's actually right and what's wrong in this thought process and where it's taken me. Sometimes we just got to say screw it and we got to go for it. We just got to say yes to these situations. We got to say yes to the people that are presented in our lives because we don't know where that's going to take us. And that's life because we don't know if tomorrow is actually going to be there. You know, it's a very simple notion that tomorrow is not guaranteed. It's very simple to think about. But when you actually sit back and know that it's not, to know that next moment might be your last, then that puts a whole nother view on this life. That puts a whole nother emotional state of where you're living because these each and every moments are actually very important. So how is it that you're spending yourself? How is it that you're spending it? Are you actually sitting with inside yourself in that full expression, in that full appreciation of your life? Or are you looking to change it? We all need change. We all need to flip it up a bit. We all need to kind of step back and say, okay, I've been doing this X, Y, and Z for so long. Is it really benefiting me still? Because sometimes we just get stuck in that motion. Sometimes we just go along living our life, and then all of a sudden it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Hey, guess what? It's a weekend again. As those days roll on, those weeks, those months, life flies by. Years are gone. People are gone. Individuals may have left. New ones came into your life. You're still here. You're still living it. But are you actually living that life to your fullest, to your truth, in your own expression? That's what it comes down to. That's where that happiness is going to be able to come from. That confidence in yourself. Being able to tell people that your opinions don't matter to me. It's what I am inside. That's what matters. So you got to live that. You got to live that. Don't allow that doubt to kind of creep in. Don't allow the people's anger, their pain projected on top of you. Got to brush that shit off. Ain't that right, Davey boy?
Big time.
You can't be letting other people's perception of you paint the way that you're living your life, all right? It's been real. Thanks for listening.
Honestly, you know what? You just gotta fucking brush your shoulders off and fucking just be like,
Yep.
honestly, and just laugh. Although, depends on the kind of person you are. Sometimes you have to address it, but brush it off. I feel like I'm somebody who addresses it and brushes it off. Because when you're in a public space, like I'm dealing with right now, like some of the stuff, it's just like people are starting to like create these like weird fantasies in their head, and you have to like set it straight. Like you just can't brush it off, or it becomes an infestation of just like maggots everywhere. Just like Geminis. Are the Geminis ready? Big week. It's your birthday coming.
What's a INFJ? Do you know?
That's based off the Myers-Briggs. So that's a introvert.
Oh.
And then you go deeper into it.
Someone just asked if I was an INFJ. I don't know.
You know, you're definitely like a hybrid of extrovert and introvert.
I could see that. I could see that.
I used to think I was more of an I when I was younger, but once I became 18, I'm not introverted at all. I'm like extremely extroverted. So, all right, let's see what's going on, Gemini. You did pull the 9 of Swords in reversed. You did pull the Hangman. Is your challenge. You got the Page of Wands in reversed. And you got the 2 of Pentacles in reverse to help you with this Hangman. Well, number one, I always feel like the 9 of Swords is a warning in love that you're not paying attention to. But, you know, there's also the other side where it could just be like maybe you need to stop worrying so much overall in general, like everything's going to be okay. But this is kind of interesting. Your challenge is that you feel stuck. You got a Page of Wands here. What do you feel stuck about? News that maybe you don't want to hear about love. Maybe somebody that you love is not loving you anymore that they said they were. Maybe you got the news that you didn't want to hear, or maybe nobody's showing up with love, right? And like you feel stuck. But this 2 of Pentacles is saying, like, in reversed, you know what? So what if things are kind of extremely wishy-washy at the moment? You do better in the wishy-washy. I feel like this is a moment for you to this is trying to move you into different areas to look at. Maybe you're just stuck on one situation, not going the way that you really want to right now. Maybe you need to like kind of free things up to look in different areas. But also this 9 of Swords, we're gonna have to see what this is about, because this is pretty interesting to me. What is this about? What is this 9 of Swords reversed about? The Magician. I feel like you've had warning signs about somebody who you thought was magic and they're not. This is gonna be honest, Gemini. I just feel like, you know, or you put way too much emphasis on some magic happening by this person or you and them, and it's not. This is not happening. Something's not being manifested from the good spiritual place that you want it to be. It's almost like a fake spiritual person. You get the World, though. Good news, Gemini, is I think that you're getting over a situation and moving to a new world with lots of different options here. Or, you know, you're finally being honest with yourself about maybe parts of yourself that thought something was magical about something and they're not. And you're just having to deal with like, okay, maybe that's not as good there. Maybe you have other places that you need to shift in the person that maybe you're dating or whatever, and finding the good in that and like kind of putting that all to an end this week and not feeling stuck about it and just like moving forward. Like, okay, they're really not into wanting to maybe go to the beach every day, or maybe they're not really wanting to, go into a relationship and have a baby now, or maybe they are really not into talking a lot this way, or maybe they're just not the spiritual person they say they are. And this is whether or not, when you complete it, the story, are you going to move to a new world, or are you going to continue with this same world knowing that info? So this is about warning signs that are giving you the right signs, that are saying this is not what you thought it was. This is not the magic you thought it was. Doesn't mean the whole thing. It just means that maybe a portion of it, because I feel like there's a little bit of portions of things, because it's a page of wands. It's like something's not making you happy. It's news. It's information. It's like, okay. But I think that this Two of Pentacles is saying, like, maybe you need to like kind of switch things up. Maybe you were too focused on one area and you need to kind of swirl things around more. And maybe it's not as much to juggle when, you're trying to maybe juggle things in a stuck position. It's not easy. You have to move around when you juggle. And I think that this is about you moving around a lot more in love and in relationships, instead of being so fixed on what you're expecting so much. I feel like this is an over expectation, kind of getting the reality check here. Not horrible, but definitely, you did get the 10th house, the world. So I would say that this is like, you need to this is what the warning's about. Somebody saying they do all this shit about their career that they don't. That, like, the career is not adding up. People can put on a good show about what they do with their career, and really they don't have as much magic as you think, or they don't really come from that place. And that might be disturbing. Like somebody who says they are, I don't know, like a health, fanatic, and really they're like, well, I do that for money, but like, really, like, I don't really give a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? I just feel like there's some sort of false energy, like somebody who, let's say this to make him feel better, like somebody who says they know magic, but they just really are trying really hard and it's not working. And it's like, you saw the warning signs and it's like, it's official. And especially this 10th house, like very like, this is their world. Now you're stuck with like, are you stuck, or are you going to change things up? Or is that important to you? Well, you pulled the Death card in the Oracle deck, which is a 36. It's equals a 9. But, in order to get out of this stuck position, you got to put an end to this. So you're putting an end to a relationship situation. You're putting an end to an idea about the relationship. You're putting an end to how you're dealing with relationships and feeling stuck. I'm feeling like you're freeing yourself here. You're freeing yourself to go do what you want to go do. What's up with the shadow? Yeah, blinded to pain. I think that, the subconscious is, things are a little bit more painful than you were willing to admit. I think that you're in a deeper space now that you're going to be faced with realizing, the pain that really is affecting you more, that you don't want to carry over into this new world. Like, I feel like, the part of this ending cycle is, maybe you saw that this person wasn't able to do this stuff, or that their career really wasn't doing much, and they acted like it was. And then, like, you were kind of numbing the pain, like, and now here comes a deep truth with this Death card here, especially like you're stuck in death, like you're stuck in facing death, like you're stuck in looking at the death of it. And you've got this Page of Wands not giving you the news you want, but this to complete something and to move you into a new world. I mean, this is going to be eclipse time, and you're getting a lunar eclipse in your 7th house. So just remember that next week. It's going to be pretty intense.
Eclipse.
You got relaxation. You know what? Yeah, I feel like, can I just like, what? Why did I get so involved? Like, maybe I just need to sit back and relax here and open up to new possibilities. I like that he's out at night. I love that. He's like out in the desert at night, probably, smoking his hookah, eating a pear. It's like, what are the new possibilities in relaxation we can see clear? I think that you've been too uptight and you're finally letting go of a lot of uptightness. I feel like that you're letting go of a lot, actually, and sitting back and being able to get a better view on things, because I think that you're getting thwarted because the view was different than you thought it was. If you're single out there, you got the Two of Pentacles, which is the card that was upside down, actually. You know, if you're single, it's like, do these two worlds really mix together? I think that you're trying to bring two worlds together if you're single, and you're not in a like official relationship yet. Do those two worlds really work? And is somebody's fake kind of, career element of things and world really going to fit with yours? Like, don't start trying to fucking force to fit things together. There's some warning signs with that, singles. If you're in a relationship, 7 of Pentacles. Is the partner really got the ability to invest as much as you are and come out with a return? Like, are they really putting in the work? That Page of Wands there in reverse is showing maybe they're not. Maybe they're not as intense, and there's some pain there that you might be blinded to. Like, maybe you're doing all the work and they're not. And you might be feeling like you're leading the pack, and I think that you don't want to feel that. You want to feel like at least it's equal, or at least like they're showing up, because this is showing like both sides, single or not single, that somebody's not showing up like they said they were, and they're not showing up as you expected them to. And there's information showing you that, and you're just like, okay, I gotta like work with this. And there's a death card here. You got to be honest. You really want to be stuck in this thing? You got Cancer, Pluto in the first. I mean, you know what you want emotionally. If you're not receiving and getting that, then you need to end it fully. Like, if it's not all the way, but if you're getting portions, then it's not enough. Sorry. Not because it's Jupiter stuff, it's Pluto stuff. Like, all like my fuck yeah, motherfucker. Like, fuck yeah, that's the emotions I want. If it's not that, and you're like, well, I kind of get it here and I get a portion of it here. That's why I keep getting this whole portion-y thing. If you're just getting portions of it, it's not it. And you got to remove it.
Yes, there should be no regulations on the love that comes into your life, and that comes from you, and that comes from the other individual. Now, you shouldn't try to force someone up onto a pedestal. You shouldn't say, you need to love me this way or that way. But if you're not feeling that, then you need to be able to pull your cord too. You need to be able to cut those cords from your life and say, okay, it's just not fulfilling to me. I appreciate and I understand the way that you love, but I love on a whole nother level, baby, out of this world. Orgasmic at the top of the mountain. And you're sitting down there at base camp with your little Instapot making some Easy Mac. When I want that 3 cheese, crumbled mac and cheese. Maybe some lobster tails on the side, Mr. Palmer. Maybe with some butter, dipping those little lobster rolls in there. That could be you. You could have that 3 cheese mac and cheese at the top of Mount Everest. Or you can be at base camp with some Easy Mac. It's up to you. Are you going to go and take that adventure? Are you going to say yes and go climb that mountain to the very tippy top?